Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the 100 Years' War, where the battles were so insane you'll wonder if everyone was just having a really bad day for, a century or so. Grab your chainmail and sharpen your swords and let's dive in. The 100 Years' War was like the medieval version of the longest, most dramatic family feud ever. Picture Montagues versus Capulets, but with way more armor and fewer love letters. This epic showdown between England and France lasted from 1337 to 1453. That's right, folks. 116 years of non-stop, bone-crunching action. So why did this epic saga even begin? Well, it all started with a royal family dispute over who should sit on the French throne. Think of it as a Game of Thrones, but without dragons, just a lot of very stubborn royals. When French King Charles IV died without a male heir in 1328, the crown was up for grabs. Enter Edward III of England, who was like, hey, my mom's French, I should totally be king. The French, however, had a different idea. They chose Philip VI, a cousin of the dead king, to take the throne. Edward III was not amused. Thus, the stage was set for a century of royal smackdowns. Let's hit some of the high points, or low points, depending on which side you were on. In 1346, the Battle of Crécy kicked things off with a bang. English longbowmen turned French knights into medieval pincushions, and Edward III showed he wasn't just here to play nice. Then came the Siege of Calais in 1347. The English took the city and held on to it for over 2 centuries. Picture a really stubborn house guest who just won't leave. Calais became a thorn in France's side and England's gateway to the continent. Fast forward to 1356 and we have the Battle of Poitiers. Edward the Black Prince, with a name straight out of a superhero comic, captured the French King John II. It was like winning a medieval jackpot. England was on a roll, but France wasn't ready to throw in the towel. As if things weren't crazy enough, the Black Death decided to crash the party in the 1340s. The plague wiped out a third of Europe's population, making the war even more chaotic. Imagine trying to fight a war while dealing with a global pandemic. Yep, it was that bad. Enter Joan of Arc in 1429. This teenage warrior heard voices, picked up a sword, and changed the game. She led the French to a stunning victory at the Siege of Orleans, proving that sometimes all you need is a bit of divine inspiration and a lot of courage. And who could forget the Battle of Agincourt in 1415? Henry V and his English troops faced off against a much larger French army. The battlefield was a muddy mess, making it look like a medieval slip and slide. The English longbowmen turned the tide, and Henry's victory speech became the stuff of legend. Once more, unto the breach, dear friends, once more, he yelled. In 1420, the Treaty of Troyes seemed to seal the deal. Henry V married the French king's daughter, and their future son was set to inherit both thrones. It was like a royal merger, but without the corporate jargon. Unfortunately, Henry V died young, and the whole plan went down the medieval drain. Finally, the Battle of Castillon in 1453 marked the end of this century-long saga. The French, under King Charles VII, used cannons to blast the English out of France. It was the dawn of gunpowder warfare, and the English were like, yeah, we're done here. So, what's the legacy of the 100 Years' War? Besides a lot of broken armor and some seriously impressive castles, it shaped the future of both England and France. England turned its attention to its own internal struggles. Hello, Wars of the Roses. While France emerged stronger and more unified. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through one of history's most insane wars. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of You Can't Handle the Facts.